All right. Hello, people. It's not your boy Usmaan. It's Benji doing a transfer show, the first one of many, hopefully. I'm with my guy Was. Was, how you doing, bro?
I'm all right, thank you. Thanks for having me on.
Yeah, good, good. How was the Barcelona versus Bayern game? How did you find it?
To be honest, how Bayern set up initially, they had a really defensive high line, and Barcelona were getting through at the beginning, but they didn't really take the chances. Even they were troubling them with crosses. One cross hit the post as well. But
Yeah,
then Barcelona, once they start conceding, they just given up on themselves. It was actually embarrassing at the end. Like even if like the manager's gonna go, like you gotta have some personal pride in it.
yeah,
You're wearing the Barcelona kit.
yeah. Sure, sure, sure. I think they really did embarrass themselves at the start. But as Manchester United fans, it shows us the level that we have to get to. So
Yeah, I
obviously this is
agree.
a transfer show, so we're going to talk about some of those players that will hopefully help us reach that level in a couple of years. So I don't
Yeah.
think we'll be able to get to that level next year, but we
Mhm.
can. So the first name is the one that's on everyone's lips, the good old Jadon Sancho, longest transfer saga in the history of football. What's your thoughts on it? What have you read today? What have you seen today from Jadon Sancho?
With Jadon Sancho, obviously there's like numerous outlets reporting different things, but the most trusted is normally Fabrizio Romano.
Mm-hmm.
He said that Jadon Sancho won't really like put a transfer request in. He
Mm-hmm.
won't really push for the move because end of the day, he still is happy there. Even though he's a bit homesick, he's still playing with a lot of good players there, and they do like challenge for things, and they've got a good squad.
Yeah.
However, I think United need to find the money. However, with COVID, I think United are trying to pay through installments, but
Mm.
I don't think Dortmund want installments. I think they want the fee like straight up.
But what do you think the problem is? So obviously for me, obviously for all Man United fans, very frustrating because
Yeah,
obviously Oli worked pretty hard to get into the top four, or the squad worked pretty hard as a whole team to get into the top four. We're now in the top four. We're in the Champions League. We've been promised all these players that are going to take us to the next level, and I feel like if we don't go big in the summer, we're going to end up going backwards again. Then
yeah, I
what's going to
agree.
happen? Ollie's going to get sacked, and we're going to have to get another manager, and it's just going to set us back a year. And if you look at Barcelona, the way they are today, that's because of 5 years of poor recruitment
Yeah,
that has got them to that level. So I feel like, especially this summer, a player like Jadon Sancho, it says that a marker um, for the rest of Europe, I believe. But
yeah, it
obviously,
does.
something that we saw today is that there's reports saying that he's handing a transfer request, and there's also reports saying that Borussia Dortmund will not be bullied into selling Sancho, and Sancho doesn't mind staying for
Yeah,
another year.
yeah,
What's your thoughts on those quotes?
yeah. That's what I've seen. I've seen mixed reports as well. With Jadon Sancho, I don't think he's the type of guy that will would like force his way out. You know, like a Bale. He won't do like a Bale, like be unprofessional. I think he's a professional sort of footballer. So I don't think he'll force himself out. He may put a transfer request in if it gets a bit edgy and it ends up getting even like more delayed.
Mm,
However, I don't think personally Jadon Sancho is overly fussed if he did stay for another year at Dortmund because it's not like he's at a bad side. He likes Germany. He's respected. He does well in the league. He loves his teammates. He gets to play with Hakimi. Not well, Hakimi's left, but he gets to
yeah,
play with ballers weekly. Haaland, Jude Bellingham just came in.
yeah.
Like it's
Marco
not like
Reus.
it's not like he's gonna jump at United. It's not like United are fighting for the title. United are pretty much on Dortmund's level or even below. So
Yeah, yeah, it's true.
I don't think he's in any rush.
Yeah. So if we don't get Sancho, what are the other alternative targets you feel like we should try and go for? Just give me like two names, just off the top of your head.
Yeah. Um, I like Chiesa.
Yeah,
I've seen him a
yeah,
bit. Yeah, I saw him more last season, and another option potentially on the right wing. I was thinking Zaha. That's in my head, but I don't think Zaha would return. But if he did return, he'd have that partnership with Wan-Bissaka on that side from Crystal
yeah.
Palace. I
Yeah,
don't think there's many options, to be honest.
yeah, that's the thing. That's two decent options. I think the one that I'll probably go for most is Chiesa because I feel like he
Yeah,
does offer us more. We can play. I think he can play up front, right, and maybe on the left. I'm not too
yeah,
sure about him on the left,
yeah,
but he can play the fluid system that Ollie's trying to get, where Marshall, Rashford, Greenwood, they're all trying to interchange and whatnot. So we have to see what's happening. Obviously, the Jadon Sancho rumor, we're going to
yeah.
try and cover it every single day. The Jadon Sancho rumor is up and down, left and right. So we have to see how it goes from there.
I
So if
think
you
though,
move on,
yeah,
go
go
on,
on. I
bro.
just wanted to add that I do think it's important that we push on this summer. You see, like with Tottenham when they were finishing top four regularly and they were challenging for the league, they
Yeah,
thought, oh yeah, we're doing well, we're doing well. They didn't push for that next level, and when you end up not pushing for that next level, the teams behind you end up catching you, and you fall behind.
that's true.
So look at
And
Chelsea. Chelsea gonna get ahead of us, and we're gonna fall behind.
that's something that I was going to say because I feel like a lot of the other clubs are strengthening. But there's another
Yeah,
player that we are linked with apparently, but it's by the Sun, and I've seen it by the Mirror and a couple of these dodgy outlets out here.
yeah,
Manchester United are going to try and go in again for Paulo Dybala. Especially after last year's fiasco, should I call it, when we
yeah.
thought he was coming and he was crying at the training ground and everyone's making jokes he didn't want to leave and stuff like that. Do you think it
Hmm.
would be wise for Man United to go back in for Dybala?
I'm not sure because I don't know if it'd like break the structure. Obviously, United are very tight regarding weight structure. That's why they got rid of Sanchez. And there's a certain limit. Say if Dybala gets a certain wage, then Pogba and Fernandez they'll be asking for a certain wage. And the way we play Dybala, he's best as a false nine and a number 10. And two of our best players, Martial and Fernandez, occupy those positions. So I don't see how the balance of the team's going to work. Dybala is not a type of player that's going to sit on the bench as well, especially at United.
Yeah, true. But at the same time, I feel like if we don't get Sancho, I wouldn't want him to his replacement to be Dybala. Simply
No,
because I feel like Dybala is more like a number 10 slash
yeah,
second striker.
yeah,
Um, type of signing. To be fair, but obviously, as Man United fans, I feel like they're feeding us a lot. They're feeding us a lot of transfer rumors that are going around. Um, Even Donny van der Beek, just a quick touch on him quickly as well. That he said that he wouldn't mind staying at Ajax for another year. Me personally, I was kind of upset to hear that news because I feel like he is a very very wonderful player. He's quality. What do you know a bit about Donny van der Beek or?
Donny van de Beek, I don't think he's a out and out defensive midfielder. I've heard
Yeah,
you speak about before as well. I don't think he's like an NDD type that's gonna break up play and then pass it like sideways. I think he's a more of a box to box midfielder and he'll create more. However, it depends on what we want. However, financially, he's available there for 40 million, so it is a decent target.
yeah, I think. Well, we have to be obviously be shrewd. I think obviously 40 million euros, probably like
Mm.
what 33 million pounds or whatever it is. I think that's a
Yeah.
bargain. I think for us, we need to get players that are used to playing in the Champions League as well, because a lot of our
Mm.
team has not played in the Champions League. I don't think Maguire's ever touched foot in the Champions League. Wan-Bissaka definitely hasn't. Lindelof's played a couple games. Brandon Williams definitely hasn't. Matic has, Pogba has, but if you maybe Greenwood definitely hasn't. So half of our team has not played Champions League football. I feel like we need that experience because next season I'm not trying to go in and get slapped 8-2 by Bayern Munich and
Yeah,
Real
exactly.
Madrid and all these other big sides because we haven't been in the Champions League for a long time. So I feel like
It's
we need
good
to
depth
start
as
trying to
well.
shop them type of players.
Yeah. Especially like say for example, Pogba's injury record isn't great, and if Pogba does get out of the team, we haven't got like a like for like replacement. Although obviously it's quite difficult to find a Pogba replacement, but the point is you can still get someone that can pass it through the lines and someone who can create. And Van der Beek's got that. Fred passing wise, he's not as advanced as Van der Beek, and Van der Beek can also drive from midfield and score goals. So I think, for example, if Van der Beek didn't start and he was on the bench, I don't think he would make a fuss of being on the bench.
Yeah.
Also, there's enough games next season for the team to rotate as well, and also he just added quality in that centre midfield position.
Yeah, I feel like also what it does, it'll make Pogba improve his game, and I also feel like
Mm.
as Man United fans, we have to kind of like look for the best. Obviously, he's not like a Thiago type of player, but
Mm.
apparently he can play in that six. And if you look on the way Bayern Munich were playing today, They literally had the box midfield of Gretzka.
Yeah.
They literally had Thiago just sitting.
Thiago.
Thiago basically playing centre mid by himself for most of the game. So we can, if Oli does get his tactics spot on, it could work on a
Yeah.
midfield three, but it's not the tactics shows. I won't go into that one. There's been two reports of outs. To Heath Chong going on loan to Werder Bremen. What do you think about
Yeah.
that?
I think that's a good loan move for him. He does need to play regular men's football. Obviously, he's quite slight in frame as well. And even Ole Gunnar Solskjaer was saying last season that even in training, Chong was getting kicked about by Ashley Young and so on. So I think first team football is very important. See how he does. Werder Bremen said, yeah, that's the German league, and German league it has some qualities that are similar to the Premier League. So
Yeah,
I think it's a good like little stepping stone. Hopefully he does well. Hopefully he flourishes, and then we can bring him back.
yeah, I completely agree. I feel like he needs a lot of first team football. I feel like him, Ghana, Tender Mengi, a lot of these young players that are on the cusp of the first team, they need to go out and learn. I feel like a lot of them, look at Chelsea, Mason Mount, Reece James, a lot of them, they're not like world class ballers, but they are level above our youngsters
Yeah,
because they've been out and learned. They play first team football week in, week out. And playing first team football is completely different to playing under 23s. I mean, I've went to play under 23s football. Ganabi was the king of under 21s, under 23s football back in the day when I used to go
yeah,
watch them play. He came to Arsenal, struggled a bit. The physicality is different. Went to West
yeah,
Brom, we struggled a bit. Then when he went to Bayern Munich, the football is just completely different because he's built
yeah,
up that frame. So I feel like
yeah,
getting to Heath Chong on loan, because he's got a lot of tricks, but he just doesn't play. And he's not going to come and play if we get Sancho or if we get another winger next season.
yeah,
So it's best for him to go out on loan.
yeah. I
Speaking
think
of
as well.
loans, go on.
Yeah, and just to add, with the intensity of the Premier League, it's the jump from under 23s to the first team's too much. I think with our youngsters, for example, like Dylan Levitt and James Garner, I think technically they can play. I think it's just the physical side and the regular robustness of the Premier League. That's what they got to adapt to.
Yeah. Speaking of loans, there's goalkeeper rumours that Dean Henderson has been given a position on the Manchester United website. Reports saying that how he's going to be. The reports basically saying he's going to be here next season. So he's gone onto the website. What do you think? Do you think he deserves another loan, or do you think he should come back into the first team to compete or take the guy's place?
I'm not sure if Sheffield United made the Europa League spots. It would have been good if Sheffield United did make the Europa League spots. Then Dean Henderson would have been playing in Europe. I think that would have been a good
Yeah,
learning phase for him. But at United, obviously, he'd be second most likely to David De Gea, and I think he would get games in the cups like FA Cup, League Cup, and he can challenge De Gea. De Gea might step up as well, like you mentioned. Um, so I don't know. It all depends on Romero, really. I think if he leaves, and then Henderson can take up that spot.
yeah. I agree. I think we have to kind of like, because I think Barcelona did it quite well. They put Claudio Bravo as the number one because Ter was like the cup goalkeeper. And then after
Yeah,
a while, he came in and he's now looking at one of the best goalkeepers in the world, obviously apart from today. But
yeah,
so I feel like if we get Dean Henderson in and around the first team training with us, I think it could hold him in good stead for next season. Just to round off, because my battery's gonna die. Manchester United have
no worries.
actually signed someone apparently called Filip Stevanovic from Partizan, 17-year-old winger. I'm not going to pretend like I know who he is. He's not Jadon Sancho. Have you seen
No.
anything about him? Heard anything about him?
No, I've not seen much about him. Reports that I'm reading is that he's a good young talent. However, like the overall picture with United, I know the first team recruitment, everyone has their own opinions on that, but I think we do invest well in our youth, and then try and bring them through. For example, like Chong and Hannibal Nebri, how you mentioned it, the guy with the big Delaney hair.
Yeah,
This lad now, we do try and get the best of Europe, and
yeah,
then bring him in at 17, 18 years old. So I
yeah.
think that's a good recruitment strategy, but obviously first team's a different matter.
Yeah, there's a lot of players that we're being linked to. A lot of players that are kind of coming in and hopefully improving our under-23 squad as well to make our future more competitive. So that's the end of the first ever transfer roundup show. As usual, these shows will be no longer than 15 minutes. Was will be one of my regular co-hosts if he's busy, if he's free. Sorry. Feel
Yeah.
free to like, subscribe. Also, in the comments, if you feel like there's any players that we've missed out, please do comment and we'll talk about it as much as we can. And that's been Benji. Peace. And Was, thanks for coming, bro. I really appreciate it. And see
No
you.
worries. All the best.
No
See you
worries.
soon.
See you later, guys.
Yeah. Take care.